Growing up in Gen Z.
We need to talk about Gen Z. And I know every generation thinks that the generation after them is cooked. Oh,
Okay, but hot take, not even a hot take. I think the generation after Gen Alpha, is it Gen Beta, is cooked. Horrendously cooked. Like, I have friends whose siblings, and my siblings as well, who just wake up, are on their phone, they go to school, they come back, and they're on their, like, it's like, I understand that their whole shtick is like everyone's online now, social media, this and the third. But it's like when I was a kid, even back when I was a kid, we used to play outside for like a majority of like my growing uphood. Like I used to actually play outside with my friends and knock on their doors and be like, "Hey, are you ready to come out? Is Johnny home? You know, this and the third." But now it's just like, "Yo, hop on Fort," and they're all just playing Fortnite. And it's like we won't know the effects of that until they get older. You know, are they gonna have social skills?
old people been saying that the younger generation is doomed since fire was invented. Some caveman probably seen his son using a sharper rock and thought, this generation keep getting softer. So I'm not even trying to sound like a D1 old head, but I'm starting to understand why the older gen think we are a failed science experiment. Because let's be real, we are tired, overstimulated, underslept, emotionally unavailable. We are scared to make phone calls, addicted to screens, allergic to silence.
But the thing is, if the older generation, if the older generation, if they grew up with phones and devices or internet or technology if they grew up with technology as if they grew up with technology as advanced as ours, they would be the same, if not worse. That's my genuine belief.
Half of us can't cook, and the other half of us can't even focus on one thing to save our life. And somehow everyone has anxiety, an unfinished water bottle, and 4 subscriptions that we all forgot to cancel. We're not even living.
Guys, I got charged minus £66 the other day on Apple Care on apple.bill.com, and I don't know what it's for. It is genuinely stifling because like no matter where I go, the little website, the app, the settings, I just can't find where it is, so I just have to deal with this minus £66 every month.
In a life no more, bro. We're just buffering. Gen Z is the first generation that can have a gym membership, a therapist, a vape, and a situationship, and still be talking about I'm just trying to find balance. Balance, brother. Your life.
Situationships have always been a thing though. That's like let's be real. Situationships, cigarettes for vapes instead. Therapists friends you can count a friend as a therapist really if you think about it. So I like a lot of these terms are just have been generalized or like buzzwords defined, but these things existed in the past and people got over it. Most of them.
It's like a fucking Jenga puzzle put into a washing machine. There ain't no balance in that shit. And I'm not saying I'm no better. Bitch, I'm a part of the problem. Before I started recording, I got caught in a TikTok doom scroll. I looked up like, bro, where the fuck am I supposed to be doing something?
I mean, the thing is, TikTok's gotten so much more popularized that it's become a form of information and a form of like language. Like I was speaking to my friend who just doesn't believe in TikTok. You know who you are. If you're watching this video, you know who you are. And she doesn't have TikTok, not in the slightest, because she refuses to dull her mind, even though she scrolls to Instagram Reels, which is arguably worse. But anyway, me and my friends are having a conversation about this. Like, we're even having a conversation. We're using words and like memes from TikTok specifically, and she just sat there buffering because she just didn't understand what was going on. Because what happens is something becomes popular on TikTok, a few weeks, if not a few months pass, then it starts popping up on Instagram, and then a few weeks and a few months pass again, it starts popping up on YouTube Shorts, a few weeks and a few months, it starts popping up on Facebook Shorts, and like that's how like it trickles down, you know. So slowly everyone and then a few weeks after that, it pops on Snapchat Spotlight. So like, eventually, by the time it reaches her, we'd have already talked about it, joked about it, and then it's dead now. Which is again, that could be talked about memes and they're like longevity have much more decreased, but that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, no, it's like doom scrolling is a problem if that's all you do every day, every week, every month. But if you have free time and you choose to rather instead of watching YouTube, instead of going outside, instead of like, I don't know, eating or drinking or going to parties, scroll through your phone. There's nothing wrong with that inherently.
Bro, I be saying I'm finna lock in and then I immediately lay down. Gen Z, we need to talk. All right, the first problem is pretty simple. We're just simply online way too goddamn much.
What constitutes being online too much? Because all we have is information to back us up. Is because back in the day when they didn't have technology, people weren't on their phones. But then again, you can make an argument that back in the day, people didn't use AI at all because it didn't exist. But now that AI is a thing, everyone's constantly using it because you can't compete with someone who's using AI whereas you're not. For example, businesses, calls, mobile apps, e-banking. It's become a convenience, but the whole convenience is to help everyone who can't, be convenienced, if that makes sense. So I don't know where you draw the line to too much screen time and too little screen time, because everyone's situation is different. Some people need their phones more, some people need their phones less, especially to kind of like, for example, social media. You need to be on the internet quite a lot, because you're posting, you're editing, and all that stuff. So it's like you can't really give a worldwide description on how long you need to be on your phone, whereas you can have a healthy self-control. Like, okay, I've been on my phone quite a while and I can get other things done, and that makes sense. Like, okay, now I'm taking a break, but you can't dictate how long someone should stay on their phone because you didn't stay on your phone that long.
Yeah, I kind of use my phone a lot online.
I mean, like, our brains have been uploaded to the internet and our bodies is just an accessory. Some of y'all don't even experience life no more. Y'all just experience content. Something funny happened in real life and your first thought is, damn, bruh, this will go up on TikTok. Motherfuckers can't even enjoy the moment no more. People are starting to try to monetize every moment. We've reached a point where people don't even eat food no more.
But that, again, that's a problem in of itself, because no matter, even before social media, people didn't enjoy the moment, as in, like, because what majority of your life, when you're thinking, okay, majority of the time that you spend thinking is either reminiscing on the past or hoping and wishing for the future. Like, you're as a humans, we're never thinking about the moment, because the moment you think about it, it becomes the past. So it's kind of like a problem in of itself. But anyway, like saying that people can't enjoy the moment because of their phones, I feel like it's the wrong take. Rather that when people are enjoying a moment in the present, they realize that they could then record it to then become viral. Because again, the whole point of going viral and the whole point of becoming famous is essentially, sustain wealth. Rich people don't really, this is not, well, I'm not rich, so I can't give a full thesis, is that the word? Thesis on like what people do. Like, I can imagine if I was very wealthy and if I was a viral TikTok or a YouTuber, I was famous, I wouldn't feel the need to then constantly record every moment I was enjoying. Rather, record the stuff I want to post and then enjoy the stuff I want to keep to myself. So make me rich. When I get rich, I'll come back and I'll tell you guys how it.
At a restaurant, food come out, motherfuckers get to recording it, talking about some, oh bitch, look at this, oh my goodness. Okay, let me post this. By the time you eat the food, bitch, the food cold. Talking about some, wait, don't touch it yet. I'm hungry. What are you talking about? And the worst part about it, we know we're addicted, and we be joking about it. Talking about some, bro, my screen time is insane. Oh shit, the nigga content I just posted. Like, bro, what? Bro, that's not self-awareness. That's a villain monologue. That's like a bank robber robbing a bank. Look up to the security cam and say,
yeah, this is gonna be a crazy one.
Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? And every app is truly designed like a trap. Bro, TikTok got us in a chokehold, straight up. Instagram Reels got unks becoming a fucking philosophers. Twitter got niggas arguing about nonsense at an
Twitter is genuinely just a degrading hole of shit that constantly gets shittier. Like, people that actively go on Twitter, besides like if you're not getting info, because people post things that you want to see, sure, but the general population of Twitter that genuinely are addicted to Twitter are just pedophiles. Yeah, that's a bit far, of course. That's a bit of an over exaggeration, but like, they're just not the people you want to socialize with IRL.
8 a.m. in the morning, YouTube Shorts. Wait, do anybody watch YouTube Shorts? It's like, nah, YouTube Shorts got motherfuckers watching. Honestly, what the fuck do YouTube Shorts motherfuckers be?
Kids. They tend to be kids or people. Yeah, essentially, because people. My sister has this thing where she'll go downstairs. She's like 7, by the way. She has a remote. She goes on YouTube Shorts and she just scrolls, and that's her TikTok.
Talking about. And Snapchat just got streaks, blurry ass photos, and people posting their steering wheel like they in Fast and the Furious. Y'all motherfuckers need to stop. Motherfuckers don't even use social media no more. We all just monitor every single one separately. You won't talk to a person for months, but you know exactly what they ate yesterday, where they been at, what vacations, how they still look, what songs they be fucking with, what they just posted. Bro, that's not a friendship. That's surveillance with emojis. And because we're always online, we know a lot of random ass information. Ask somebody in Gen Z how to file taxes. You probably won't get a response. Ask them about the drama between 2 influencers in 2 different states that they don't.
That's different. That's genuine. Like, for example, the Met Gala. I understand that Met Gala is a place where people come together in collaborations, charities are funded, and people dress up nicely. That's about as far as the information I go, because that's general knowledge. But if you ask someone that's addicted to things like the Met Gala, social media, influencers, drama, they can tell you what the Met Gala is for, who came in the best dress, who came in the worst dress. And that's their passion. It's like asking someone who, enjoys watching Marvel's series or DC Universe, studios, whatever it is. about a superhero, like, oh, Spider-Man's trash, and they come at you with like a whole thesis on how Spider-Man's the best hero in the world. Shout out Spider-Man. You can't attack a single category like that, because it's insensitive to like the fact that every niche thing, not niche, social media is not niche, but every aspect of life has nerds, in the sense that someone well educated in the verse. So you can't use that against them, because it's not their fault. That's what they like.
Live in. They gonna give you a fucking full timeline biography.
Actually, it started in 2021 when she liked one of her ex's photos.
Like, why do you know that? This is some real unemployed shit. But what's even worse than that, the internet has truly destroyed our attention span. Like, if a video doesn't have a bright ass caption, fast cuts, and a man building a pool out of money.
I agree to a point. When this started getting implicated, it worked a lot, because people were like, oh my god, let me watch this. And even nowadays, like when I'm watching a YouTube video or TikTok, mainly in TikToks, if there's like someone breaking slime into pieces or Subway Surfers, it does, and I wasn't gonna watch the video anyway, it helps me stay focused, in a sense that it's true, it does help you stay focused. But if like, there's been multiple times where a long form video, like a 5-10 minute video on TikTok, has popped up, and I've watched it because I was like, okay, this is interesting. I engage with it because it's interesting. Or when I go to YouTube, the thing is, when I go to YouTube, I'm expecting long form content, 20, 30, maybe even an hour long YouTube video, and I'm like sitting there to watch. When I'm on TikTok, I'm scrolling because videos are said to be 60 seconds or longer. Like, it's a video is supposed to catch your attention on TikTok, and then that's cool, and then you scroll. That's it. So you can't use that against it, but I understand how it might be perceived as that.
And Subway Surfers playing at the bottom of the video. Our brains are like, bro, what the fuck are we looking at? Like, if you ever have time, go back and look at the old cartoons that we grew up on. Bro, they were so slow and unstimulating. Nowadays, look at what we're watching. Coco Melon got this dumbass, bro, look. It's bad. But not only that, silence feels like uncomfortable now. If you sit alone with your thoughts for only 30 seconds, bro, your brain start feeling like it's in a damn torture program. Your brain get to thinking like, damn, bro, remember that one embarrassing thing you did back in 7th grade? Nope. That's when we grab our phone and get to scrolling. The phone not even like a tool no more. This shit is like an emotional pet. Anytime one uncomfortable thought appears, bro, we gonna get to scrolling, we gonna forget all about it. It makes us compare everything, but that leads us to the next problem. It seems like everyone in Gen Z is obsessed with one or two things: vapes or caffeine. Or nigga, maybe both.
Still don't understand this whole caffeine addiction. I don't know. I've been drinking Monsters for a long ass time, and I've never thought to myself, oh my god, I need to have a Monster now. It's been more like I'm thirsty, I want to drink my favorite drink, I'll pop a Monster, And there have been days where I've popped like 5 Monsters in a singular day. And there have been weeks where I've gone like this entire week, actually, I've not had a singular Monster. So I don't understand at what point caffeine becomes addiction, but maybe I'm not drinking enough.
I know I'm sitting here drinking a Red Bull. Again, not sponsored. I never met someone in my gen who doesn't do one or both. Like, you will meet someone who vapes and they will swear up and down that they can quit. No, the fuck you cannot. You are addicted. And you ask them why they don't quit, they be on some bullshit talking about some, I mean, shit, bro, I could if I wanted to, but it's like, it's really not affecting me negatively or positively, so I just keep doing it. That sounds like coke, brother. Motherfuckers be blowing on strawberry mint, blueberry raz, all that other shit, and these be the most taboo people when it comes to health. I got one homie who vapes religiously. But I asked him to hit some pre-workout, he said, oh, nah, bro, I don't take no substances. I'm purely natural. Natural where? I guess that artificial ass smoke you blowing is natural.
That is a problem. I know so many people that just vape actively, and they'll say they can quit, but they know, and I know that they can't quit. That is a problem, but that's not social media's fault. So like, that's just the Gen Z thing. I blame the government for that one though, because they've really marketed vapes towards the younger generation. Because if they stop that, if they stop supporting that, a bunch of their older consumers are gonna die, of course. So they want the younger generation to be addicted now, so that they can still be buying when they're older.
True. There's probably gonna be commercials of motherfuckers doing this to their throat. Hello, my name is Suzanne. I was smoking vape since I was 14, and now I have I don't want to see y'all with that. So stop, please. One thing about Gen Z, I don't think none of us will survive in a war. Like, some of y'all would dead ass be in the trench talking about some, say twin. Bro, you got Wi-Fi in this bitch? And then on Instagram, texting the enemy, talking about, so yo, bro, drop your low. But I'm gonna be honest.
I feel like I've had that joke with a bunch of my friends and stuff, like, oh my god, Gen Z, this and that. But I feel like in an actual army situation, Now we just die. No, I can't even think about. I can't even. I know my friends and they wouldn't last a second. Then we just die.
At least some of us got some Fortnite training shit. I know I do. But other than that, bro, we're cooked. We invented situationships, which is basically like dating.
And again, situationships weren't created. They were just buzzwordified. It's just a talking stage. We think it can be dumbed down to two people, trying to see if they're gonna date, or it could be even called friends with benefits, in the sense that you both know that this is talking. You've accepted that you guys are talking and flirting, but it's dating with no label at the very bare bone of it.
With an extra step. You like somebody, they like you. Y'all talk every single damn day. Y'all get jealous. You know each other's schedule. But when somebody asks you what y'all are, you suddenly gotta become a lawyer. Bitch, you better give a PR answer. You answer wrong, boink, boink. Talking about some we're just vibing. But y'all are emotional.
People just don't want to label their relationship because then that leaves them closed to other opportunities. Because they think to themselves they can always do better. Not because the person they're dating is worse, but because they think to themselves, I can't miss someone who will fall. Because it could be multiple reasons. I know people that do it because there's a person they like that they're not with, so this is like a rebound. There's no person that they like right now, and they're scared that if they commit to this relationship, they'll be closed up to future relationships. The people that just don't want to actually be in relationships because they have to fully commit, and like give that person their time. They want to party, be quote unquote young. It's just,
invested into each other. This rule make no sense to me. I'm gonna be honest. You can't reply too fast because then you look desperate. You can't take too long to respond because then it feels like you're playing games. And you can't say how you feel because then it feels like you're doing too much. So now everybody just pretending like they don't care while caring. But this shit is weird as fuck. I'm talking about you get one okay text with a period. Now your whole day ruined. Like, bro, ain't no way we a serious generation. We put more emphasis on goddamn analyzing a text than our fucking homework. I'm gonna keep it a beat. My homie fucked around and failed math, but he know exactly how long it should take for him to not respond to a girl for her to feel away. Make it make sense. But even with all that, I don't think anything explains Gen Z than our addiction crisis. And I'm not even talking about one thing, brother. I'm talking about the holy trinity. Nick, weed, and caffeine. Bro, that's the Gen Z.
I don't know, maybe that's an American thing and I'm just not well educated, but weed, except for like the the problem is Gen Z is probably the most split in half generation that we'll ever see in a while. On one side, you have people that will never touch any type of narcotics, drugs, alcohol. They're scared to death of them. And then there's the other side where they'll do drugs straight from the dome. They'll stick needles into their arm. They're down with really anything. And I guess it's not like it's like a spectrum. But like they're heavy to each side, you'll always find someone that be like, oh, I drink every now and again at a party, but I'm never going to drink outside of that. I don't really vape, I don't do drugs, it's just like a middle ground, but at the end of the day, it's like two very split people.
Starter pack. If you want to join the gang, you better get in with it. Throw in a Stanley Cup, a situationship, and a $7 drink, brother, and then you got the whole personality. Because somewhere down the line, bro, nicotine made a 3-1 comeback. Shit that made the reboot that nobody asked for. At first, it was just vapes. And if you thought that was bad, that's when Zens came into the picture. I don't even remember Zens entering society. One day, nobody was talking about them, then the next day, they was in every public trash can that you can find. People putting these little pouches in their mouth like they're a fucking loaded printer, but the
not worth it. Not that I've tried it, but hypothetically speaking, if you did, it just burns. It doesn't feel nice. You feel dizzy, and then don't swallow this at all, because then you start to spit. Like saliva builds up, and you're supposed to spit it out with the Zen and everything. Don't swallow it. You might feel like vomiting. It's not worth it, but I can understand how someone might get addicted to it, I guess. Because I have friends that will have these like black big pouches that just burn them, and it doesn't affect them at all because they're just so addicted to it.
Wild part about it, the people who be using this stuff be some of the most health conscious people in the world. They be like, oh yeah, no artificial dyes, no seed oils, no GMOs. But then hit a vape called Blue Raz Ice Dragon Sickle Blast. Bro, fuck out of here. But Diet Coke is where you draw the line at. And then they always say the same thing.
Bro, I could fuck around and quit whenever.
So why haven't you, jackass? That sentence is addiction wearing sunglasses and a fake mustache. You not fooling nobody, buddy. Bro, you'll be like, bro, I thought you quit vaping. They be like, shit, I did. Shit, so why you holding it, bro? Oh, nah, bro, this one ain't even mine. Damn, bro, so why is it in your mouth? Shit, man, I'm just taking a break. What you taking a break from? Quitting?
The amount of times I've heard someone say they quit vaping to then be like, oh, they felt like they don't need to quit because they can control themselves, which then means they failed to quit. And it's like when I ask them, they're like, no, it's like I just didn't vape for so long that I know I can come back and I control myself. It's like, no, the point of quitting is to never do it again.
That ain't no break, nigga. And God forbid one of these people loses their vape in your house. Oh, Lord. They gonna turn into a fucking FBI agent. They gonna strip search your ass like you owe them money. Motherfuckers get to checking under the fridge. They looking harder for this vape than they do for a meaning in their life. But I get it. Everybody got their vice. I'm not sitting here like I'm a monk who wakes up in the sunrise and drink lemon water. No. You see what I got in my hand, my brother. Because my caffeine addiction is not healthier than any others. Caffeine addiction, don't look at it like a journey. It's a designation. It starts innocent. Maybe a soda, then a coffee, a few energy drinks, then Celsius, then pre-workout. And then suddenly you drinking some shit called Arctic fucking fountain punch death at 8 a.m. in the morning, confused what the hell you're doing in life. That's not breakfast, brother. You jump starting your nervous system like a damn car battery. Then the scary part, bro, after a while, you don't even feel the caffeine. Like, gang, I'm not feeling it right now. Like, you just drink it to become normal. But I'm gonna be honest, that's when you know you lost. Bro, if you need 200 milligrams to feel normal in your life, yeah, you're not a regular citizen no more, brother. You lost the plot. I don't know how the hell we survived school before. Nigga, we really used to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. Be in school to 3 o'clock. Go home.
True. I don't know how I survived. Because college, I don't even go every day. I don't understand how I mentally prepared myself every single day going to school. I just don't know how I did it.
Either play a sport or do homework, shower, and then have the nerve to have any other extracurricular activities with no fucking, we ain't have Pinjerman, we ain't have no Red Bull, none raw dog in the day. Bitch, where? And then there's Mary Jane. I'm not here to judge anyone's life decision, but we gotta stop acting like everything is a spiritual awakening. Motherfuckers really be sitting down in their room, fried out their mind, talking about some, it just helps me focus. Focus where? You can barely hold a convo. Nigga, you been staring at a lamp for 14 minutes. You ain't never been focused. And what people don't talk about, that shit is expensive. You didn't.
That I'm so glad you talked. I was about to talk about that. Like the amount of money my friends have burned through buying everything under the sun and everything but fun. It's they could buy a family. They could start a healthy family for like years and years. Generational wealth. But they rather ruin their lungs and their body generationally.
Just get high. You paid $80 just to forget that your ass was broke. Bro, this is financial self-defense gone wrong. But all of these addictions connect to the same problem. Do you see where I'm going with this? Dopamine. We want fast feelings, fast food, fast games, fast replies, fast money, fast validation, fast comfort, nigga, fast everything. Which is why the phone might just be the worst of them all. Because the phone doesn't look like an addiction. But this motherfucker look normal as hell. Everybody has one, so nobody notices when they checking they shit like it's a like it's a life support. The average Gen Z spends so much time on their phone, our phones might as well start claiming us on their taxes. It's getting that bad. I bet some of y'all sleep less than your screen time. Matter of fact, check your screen time right now and let me know what it is in the comment section. Motherfucker, I'm gonna be looking. And sometimes I do the same thing. I will reward myself after I do something. Like let's say I get done making a video, doing some work, anything that requires me to, I don't know, go outside, IRL, touch grass, weird shit. Bro, I'm a doom scroll for about 15 to 20 minutes, quote unquote. That should be turned into an hour though. And we really rely on it for so much. My dudes test a flat tire. Guess where I'm going? On TikTok. How to fix a...
Yeah, but the addiction, I feel like to class it as addiction is in it brings you nothing but dopamine and you only use it because you need dopamine. But rather, if you're saying you're going on TikTok to get a quick tutorial on something that you didn't do, you've not only learned something, but you've learned something quickly and you're able to continue with what you're doing,
if you made it this far into the video, I want you to comment.
Yeah, amazing video by I'm Not Hey. Go subscribe to him, like the comment. Amazing video about the Gen Z and why. Genuinely, I understand his points and how a lot of our society is built on. Just took out my mic. Anyway, a lot of our society is built on addictions, which I can agree with to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, each generation has their addiction. And no matter what, we're gonna make it. Not all of us, some of y'all are gonna die, but that's okay. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace.